Yes, they do, Spanners, and I think Bjorn Vermeulen there, he probably needed you to give him a hug, to be honest, didn't he?
You know, I was tempted, but I was thinking of the show reel. I don't think that would go down too well.
But certainly a very honest interview with Ramon Pinheiro. Ramon did everything. I mean, he drove like he had to, didn't he?
I mean, they're not happy unless
to get second.
They're not happy unless they get first, and then gold painted champagne.
Exactly that. Spanners, it's shaping up to be a cracking BRKC this year, as expected. It's definitely living up to this 10th year hype, that's for sure. We're really at the business end, as you said, and we're coming towards the end of the round 3 set of heats. This is the final couple of heats to come now for round 3, heat 9, heat 10, and these are the last couple of races that we're going to see on the revised layout. Now, interestingly, we're going to be seeing some people we haven't seen since probably yesterday afternoon. In this race, we've got Guillermo van Pamelen, Matt Box, Marcel Hollink, Selena Balnega, Josh Nye, Gary Jones, Sam Spinell, Remy Drazga, Michael Seaborn and Mehdi El Gisa. And this is going to be a very, very tough heat indeed. They're going out to qualify now. Guillermo van Pamelen, Selena Balnega, Sam Spinell, Remy Drazga, these are all potential winners. The winner could even come from outside that, such as Marcel Hollink. We've seen a great performance by him. It looks like it's Selena Balnega who's going to be first one to start the qualifying lap. Yeah, she's on her qualifying lap now, the multiple ladies world champion, and she's won twice already this weekend, looking to make it 3 out of 3. A huge amount of points. Certainly, a win in this heat race would definitely instantly make a potential for the final. It's way too early to talk in such tones, but certainly we're looking good for a final place and definitely take the pressure off that. So here we come, and Selena Balnega is going to be across the line to complete her qualifying run. So she goes fastest, yes. Can anyone challenge? Spinell is second, still Balnega in the first place. Matt Box is third. Remy Drazga goes to second now. Mehdi El Gisa goes to fourth. Gary Jones is to sixth. Marcel Hollink has moved up to fourth. Michael Seaborn in fourth now. Josh Nye, and what about Guillermo van Pamelen? Does he go first or second? No, he's only sixth. Guillermo van Pamelen is only sixth. Oh gosh, that's going to be a surprise to him and his many supporters. He's a very popular driver, not only here in the UK, but definitely out in Europe. And there's going to be a lot of people watching the TV coverage and the live stream. Very, very surprised to see Guillermo van Pamelen. Not such a surprise at all is to see Selena Balnega taking the pole position here. She's going to be starting from the first place, and that's exactly what she needs. There's going to be a bit of a question mark over one of the carts, the 20. That's Mehdi El Gisa. Mehdi El Gisa, he's really having to fight hard to secure a semi-final place. Part of the Blue Star Racing team, Spanner. So, a serious competitor is Mehdi El Gisa. There in the 20. There's been some question marks, and I wonder if we're looking at a possible change of car. We're looking at the back of the lineup there. There's Gary Jones. You can see his name clearly on his suit there. He's been around, one of the British hopes for a long time. That's Marcel Hollink to his left, slightly ahead of him. We saw Hollink move through, was originally fourth place, but actually got pushed down to seventh at the end. Sam Spinell is right up at the front with the big yellow S on the side of his helmet, and you can just about see the Union Jack flag on the top there. Sam Spinell has a joint Belgian and British nationality. He races as a Brit, but to talk to him, he sounds like a Belgian. And he's going to be taking third place. It's Remy Drazga, and Remy Drazga, the organizer of the Polish Indoor Kart Championship, which takes place in April. So if anyone here fancies racing in the Polish Championship, just like this, but obviously in Poland, in Szczecin, Remy Drazga is the man to talk to, and he is here at the event. Although, as I said yesterday, you might have a job talking to him about it, because he is sat in a kart taking a second place start as we speak. So Gary Jones there is going to be pulling up the rear. You can see, looking further ahead, a couple further ahead, you can see on the back there, Guillermo van Pamelen. Van Pamelen will be absolutely distraught really with that sixth place start. He's given himself an awful lot of work to do. But it is the Dutch racer, Selena Balnega, 5 times ladies champion, including last year, and she's going to take the start. She's accelerating now across the line, and Balnega takes the start followed by Remy Drasgas, followed by Sam Spinell. Now, Selena Balnega had to, one of her wins yesterday came against Ruben Boutons, who passed her, and she repassed an almighty move at the end of the back straight, which they're heading towards now. This is arguably, from her point of view, going to be a slightly easier race. So this is the race you really need to check out. Helping her no end is the fact that Guillermo van Pamelen, who on paper might be regarded as the closest challenger, is mired in the midfield. Will we see an early pit stop, Spanners, by Guillermo van Pamelen?
Yeah, no, super surprised, to see him in the pits, to see him back there, but not surprised to see him on the tail of Josh Nye, because you're right, he is going to find himself in a position now where he's losing time. If he's just had a bad qualifying, but still has the pace, he's in the wrong position now, so an early pit stop, it might seem good for his fans.
Yeah, and Guillermo van Pamelen, well, if Conor Marsh was on the pit wall for him, we know what he'd be saying. Selena Balnega crosses the line now, and in fact, Guillermo van Pamelen stays out in the race. He's working on the back of Josh Nye. Josh Nye has a gap in front of him, so the suggestion could be made that Guillermo van Pamelen may feel a bit held up by Josh Nye, in which case that's lending itself to a pit stop.
Okay.
Marcel Hollink is working on the back of Guillermo van Pamelen. Van Pamelen does need to get ahead of Nye as soon as he can. Nye is actually sort of staying more or less in contention. He's got Michael Seaborn in front of him, albeit there's a bit of a gap. Seaborn is running on his own in that very credible fourth place. And in the pits.
In the pits comes number 13, Hollink. A good stop for him, but I'm just looking at that gap at the front. Like oh no. Oh, that's not gone well. It's a valid stop, but he's misjudged it, and he was stopped for a couple of tenths of a second, which, as we know, is a disaster for these drivers.
Absolutely right. Marcel Hollink was looking to make up some places. He was looking like he was going to be starting fourth, but got pushed down the order. Selena Balnega, meantime, we can see on screen the Dutch lady. She has won 5 times the World Ladies Championship and showing really well here. She's pulling away now from Remy Drasga and Sam Spinell. They're not going to be showing any signs of coming in. It looks already like Selena Balnega is going to check out and win this one. Remy Drasga, he's maybe already settled for second. Sam Spinell would like to get past him, I'm sure, but the eyes are going to be on really Guillermo van Pamelen. Behind him, Marcel Hollink lost patience and pitted. To be honest with you, that's what I was expecting Van Pamelen to do. We'll see if it does it this time. So the leaders are coming through across the line. We're seeing them on screen. What will Van Pamelen do? Will he pit? No, he doesn't. No, I'm very surprised to see this, to be fair, Spanners.
Well, he's not as close as we thought he was going to be. So, he is between sort of half a kart length and a kart length behind. He's not at that crucial point where he's having to make Josh go really defensive. The argument might have been, if he'd have got a place ahead of Josh, he would have been able to go, well, I've saved my tactical pit stop. But actually, now the opposite has happened. Since he's not being held up, is he gaining anything from a pit stop?
Yeah, that is interesting, because Marcel Hollink, who did come into the pits, was right behind Guillermo van Pamelen, who we're looking at now on screen. And so he was in the same boat, if you like. His answer to the problem was to come in the pits, and Guillermo van Pamelen's answer is clearly not to go in the pits. However, Van Pamelen, following Josh Nye, is going to be coming under increasing pressure from Mehdi El Gisa. Mehdi El Gisa is getting closer to the what is he? The Dutchman, that's right, Van Pamelen, and Josh Nye continues in front there. So Van Pamelen stays behind me. So Nye. Van Pamelen doesn't pit again. Spanners, I think Van Pamelen's content to run there with Josh Nye and see what this pulls out.
Yeah, it looks like it's genuine. He's genuinely there on pace and not being held up. But it's interesting to see Drasga really looking behind him now to Spinell. So do you think Drasga's now gone, well, this is a fight for second? And I don't think that's... Oh, he's lost the place.
Yeah, Van Pamelen's made a move on Josh Nye, and Josh Nye's waving, but Van Pamelen's made a move, and Josh Nye is coming under massive pressure now from Mehdi El Gisa. Mehdi El Gisa is now the next one in line behind Nye. Nye's defending as best he can, but Van Pamelen is already slightly pulling away.
Spinell's through as well, though, James, as well.
Yes, he is. Well, good spot there, Spanners. 2 change of place on the same lap, and 2, it has to be said, very important change of place on the same lap.
Yeah, that was coming from Spinell, but yeah, so Drasga had kind of gambled on holding that second place, and I guess that's his early race plan out the window for now.
Absolutely. So, just to recap on this, we've got Selena Balnega pulling away in the lead. There she's going out of picture. There is Sam Spinell, who's just overtaken Remy Drasga. Balnega, here's Spineel, and here's Drasga. And
Well,
there is the 4th place, Michael Seaborn. Guillermo Van Pamelen's closing him in.
Pit. Josh Niall obviously deciding to regather his thoughts after losing that place to Van Pamelen, and it's a good pit stop, and he is out in front of Hollink, so he hasn't lost out there.
Yeah, that's an important one for Josh Nye. Hollink, remember, pitted from behind him earlier on, and I think Hollink's whole thinking was, well, I'm faster here and I'm getting held up, so I'm going to pull in, take the pit stop, and Josh Nye has managed to stay in front of Hollink, so that's very important. What Josh Nye now needs to do is keep some speed to prevent Van Pamelen from pulling away, and certainly prevent Gieser and Jones doing anything to him in terms of position once they have made their pit stop. So Josh Nye has to put some very fast laps together now. We're looking at Sam Spineel, who took 2nd place away from Remy Drasga, the Polish driver there. So there's Spineel, a real good close-up there on Spineel's head, actually. Its quality of camera is huge, isn't it, Spanners?
that camera shot is fantastic, and the skill it takes deserves some credit there. But it's interesting, we were all screaming for Van Pamelen to get into the pits. I guess he knew better, and he backed himself to get that place on merit, and now he's got himself, he's basically saved himself a pit stop, and he's got options that we were crying out for him to throw away. And I believe we have a name on the crane operator.
Yeah, and we've got that fantastic crane shot. This time we're looking down over the battle there for 2nd place. Sam Spineel and Remy Drasga there battling away for 2nd place, and we can see them, they're going through the alternate layout. We're going to be switching away from the alternate layout for the next round of heats. And
it's Charles Mallard is the crane operator. Shout out for him, and shout out to Scruffy Bear Productions as well, providing these great pictures.
Absolutely, Spanners, and Giles is doing a sterling job with that crane shot, isn't he? I mean, we're seeing high level, low level. He's really on the case there, is Giles.
I'm massively impressed by the high level of the race leader. That gap's massive now, and Spinell hasn't disappeared from Drasga, has he, at all?
No, he hasn't. Remy Drasga lost the place, but he is keeping Sam Spineel very honest. Now, Selena Balnega has pulled out a lead of 3.4 seconds. That allows her the world's most comfortable pit stop, doesn't it? Surely she's going to be the one person we've seen who comes in the pits without shaking their head.
No, that's not in the spirit of this competition. You must be distraught at anything less than a perfect pit stop.
Absolutely. Once again, Giles on the case there with Selena Balnega. We could see a real good close-up there on the Dutch girl as she goes through into the lead and going out of view now. There she is, Selena Balnega. She's got a really comfortable lead. She's coming through with nearly 4-second lead. Now we've got a contact warning. Guillermo Van Pamelen has been under investigation for some contact. He's running 5th place. He's trying to close down on Michael Seaborn.
I think that'll be from the earlier contact, James.
It'll be involving Josh Nye, won't it?
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I mean, it was a reasonably robust move. Didn't look too out of order, so just giving him a little bit of a finger wagging there. Josh Nye, of course, did wave as if say, oi, when Van Pamelen came through, so probably it's a good job Josh Nye isn't in the race control, isn't it?
I don't think a driver has ever in history not protested to that kind of thing.
Exactly that. Meantime, here comes Selena Balnega. She's on screen, and going to get that fantastic crane shot close up on the Dutch girl there. 5 times ladies world champion Selena Balnega there, crossing the line now to complete another lap in the lead. She's extending that lead. She's 4 seconds ahead now. It is going to be a very comfortable pit stop. Arguably, she's got this one in the bag. Strategy will play a part, though, because she can't mess up and judge her pit stop wrong and come out with back markers, things like this. That would be disastrous, because Sam Spineel and Remy Drasga, you can't give them any kind of advantage and expect to get away with it. Selena's only ahead like this because she's very, very fast indeed.
Balnega's still pushing and still going for that every tenth. Every time over the start-finish line, trying to give herself just an extra bit of horsepower by shifting and adjusting the weight in the car.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Various people do various things. Some people are sort of hopping up and down the seat, even driving around on the track. You've got the different lean angles people are using. Some people aren't even leaning at all. Remy Drasga there, can see him leaning out purely with the shoulders, whereas someone like Regis Ghoslan, Sam Spineel, it's practically the whole body's out, you know?
And Josh Neal, like, really crouched over in the kart, looking like he's willing more horsepower out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Josh Nye, he sits very low in the kart, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So talking of Josh Nye, he's still running ahead of Marcel Hollink. So Hollink's early pit stop hasn't really worked out for him. I think his whole intention there was to leapfrog Nye and anybody who was behind Nye. That's not what's happened because Hollink is in last place.
So it's where Van Pamelen comes out after his stop. So he should be well ahead of that battle with Josh Nye and Hollink, shouldn't he?
Yeah, now Van Pamelen seems to be closing in on Seaborn. The fastest lap in this race has predictably gone to Selena Balnega. She is quickest in this race as we speak. But Van Pamelen is inching up on Michael Seaborn. They've just crossed the line there. Michael Seaborn is running very credible fourth place, but he's got Guillermo Van Pamelen trying to close in on him. Van Pamelen, 2 years ago he was European Junior Champion. Last year he was third in the world for the juniors. So Guillermo Van Pamelen, is beyond doubt one of the world's finest drivers at the moment. And he's going to be closing in on Michael Seaborn. So a lot of pressure really on Seaborn. Seaborn just goes out to you. There's Van Pamelen. And there's El Gisa, and there is Gary Jones. Now, Gary Jones started last, if you remember, but he's actually quite well placed when you consider how close he is to the likes of Michael Seaborn in fourth, Van Pamelen and El Gisa, and there's Jones, you see, who's just come through in the red suit.
He's not looking out of place at all, is he?
He certainly isn't. He's actually in the mix in reality. So there's the back of Jones. So Jones started last, but he's making great progress through the field. He's working on the back of Mehdi El Gisa. And Mehdi El Gisa is one of this absolute crack elite Blue Star team from Belgium. So, it's not to be taken lightly, this effort by Gary Jones. In fact, he's getting closer in challenging now Mehdi El Gisa. There's Mehdi El Gisa in the yellow, and there's Gary Jones in the red. So El Gisa, Jones, around the far end of the racetrack now, and El Gisa maybe starting to look a little bit defensive. We'll see if he's using the normal racing line, or as Brad Philpott put it, white lining it. Yep, he's white lining it. Mehdi El Gisa, he's on the defensive now. He knows Gary Jones means business. So there's Mehdi El Gisa, fantastic crane shot. And there's Gary Jones behind him. So Gary Jones really working hard now on Mehdi El Gisa. Spanners, it's been quiet in the pits. There's not been anyone in there for a while.
No, I'm looking at Van Pamelen, like you say, visibly closing that gap, and surely he's going to pull up to the back and then pit. I don't think he's going to try and risk that. He's done enough work on the overtaking. I think he can try and do this one in the pits.
Yeah, Mehdi El Gisa has managed to pull back about a kart length on Gary Jones, and we can see that El Gisa's taken a more moderate line now, normal racing line. Meantime, we're looking at Guillermo Van Pamelen. Now, Guillermo Van Pamelen started to close in on Michael Seaborn, but it has to be said he's sort of not making the kind of progress we were quite seeing earlier on. It's still quiet in the pits, and still quiet in the pits. There's only been two in Spanners, and there's 7 minutes to go. We're looking at Guillermo Van Pamelen. Surely his pit stop's going to be one of the crucial ones.
See, if you were in the lead by now, you would be hoping that the guys behind you, the ones that might make the gap problematic for you to come out into, would have made their stops. I don't think that's necessarily the case here, but people want to be careful, because as the race draws towards the checkered flag, more and more the pit stop is dictated to you, and someone who's not waiting any longer is Matt Box, who comes in for a pit stop, well timed initially, has time to adjust his visor, stops a little, oh look, the shake of the head. I tell you, Matt Box's crime that he's berating himself for, stopped just a touch short of the line, released the brakes, and then was able to carry on. And number 8 now comes into, it's Drazga, so Drazga comes in from that battle with Spinell. He is going to come out in a little bit of trouble, I think. No, he's going to slot in. Oh, he's in the mix there. Look at that.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble. He's come out right in the middle of the Gary Jones and Mehdi El Gisa battle. Now, Jones and El Gisa have not pitted, so this is the only bit of good news for Remy Drazga. Of course, all the time he sat behind Mehdi El Gisa, he could be losing time.
Yeah, and Spinell, I don't know if anyone's talking to him, but if you were on his pit wall, you'd say to him, you can relax a little bit because Drazga's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, now, Selena Balnega has... We deal with 10 seconds being ideal for making a pit stop. Over to you, Spanners.
Yeah, well, it's Gary Jones there. He's got nothing to gain from battling Drazga, so he's coming in for his pit stop. It looks to have gone smoothly, and he's going to slot in, I think, behind Hollink.
Yes, he does. He's come out right behind Marcel Hollink. Now, this is very interesting because that is where, and Drazga has passed Mehdi Elgisa on the track, and if Gary Jones can keep the speed up, the fact that Hollink is going to leapfrog Elgisa, he may well be able to follow him through when Elgisa comes out of the pits, because Elgisa, no, he doesn't come in this time, but Elgisa needs some very quick laps now.
I'll draw your attention to Van Pamelin, who has now made that gap up, so this is crucial for Van Pamelin now. I suspect it's going to be a pit stop very soon.
Yeah, Guillermo Van Pamelin may choose to leapfrog Michael Seaborn, but Van Pamelin, a very racy driver. There he is, we're seeing him on screen there. He's chasing down Michael Seaborn, so it's Michael Seaborn with the yellow on his helmet ahead, and there's Guillermo Van Pamelin. Now, will Van Pamelin or Seaborn come in? Spineel.
Yeah, this is crucial now from Spineel. Obviously, he's having less problems than Drazga had, and he should be able to come out comfortably ahead, and he has. As number 16, that traffic jam that we were talking about, Van Pamelin has decided not to fight Seaborn on track, and this is a disastrous stop, I think, here for number 20. Oh, Elgisa, he stopped short of the line and not realised. That's not ideal, but he's now going to interfere with the race leader, I think, as well. Yeah,
Mehdi Elgisa lost a huge amount of time there. He's lost the place to Gary Jones, and he's certainly down the tail of the field. That was a disastrous pit stop, as you said, but everybody important coming into the pits.
Well, Michael Seaborn's coming in, so that's the battle with Van Pamelin to get ahead of him, but you need to look at Drazga and Spinell, who have reignited their battle. I don't think it's going to be enough, and Van Pamelin has made that move in the pits.
Yes, he has. Guillermo Van Pamelin, and another one in.
Race leader coming in now. All she's got to do is be smooth. There's no time that needs to be made up. The track is clear as well. That could not have gone better. So our race leader resumes the lead.
Absolutely. Selena Balnega has come out with a huge lead. She's, well, it's showing on the timing screen 17-second lead. It may well be a bit less than that once the time settles down and people across the line. But we're seeing a huge lead there. Selena Balnega with 3 minutes to go, just over 3 minutes. There she is on screen. She's clearly got this race in hand. There's nobody of note in front of her. There's nobody of note behind her. She's literally just got to cruise around at her very high standard of speed to take the win. It is an 8-second lead now that the timing has settled itself down. People across the line in reality, without being affected by pit stop. So everybody has been in the pits. So it's just this to the end now. Here's Selena Balnega, the multiple ladies world champion. She's won the world title 5 times now, the ladies world championship. She won it in 2015, she won it in 2016, she won it in 2017, 18 and last year. So she's going to be going for 6 consecutive world ladies titles when the championship goes to Portugal this year.
And is that the second win in BRKC this year?
It's her third, going to be her third win.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she may well even be topping the point scores, or at very least equal on scores with others who have had a similar result. So amazing performance there. But we've got Sam Spinell in second, and Remy Drazga in third, Guillermo Van Pamelin fourth, Michael Seaborn fifth. So Guillermo Van Pamelin did leapfrog Seaborn. Josh Nye has come through to sixth. Incredible performance there by Josh Nye. There's Selena Balnega putting another lap into the books. Just under 2 minutes to go for her. 33 laps in, and really just got to cruise it around. But the battle is resumed. There's Spinell, there is Remy Drazga crossing the line. Here they are. There's Spinell, there's Drazga. And so there they are coming through that hairpin there, and Sam Spinell is resisting the pressure. Oh, he's been urged on by looks of it by Remy Drazga. And Remy Drazga, this is going to be a good third place for him. So, Spanners, with a minute and a half to go, it does look good for Selena Balnega to put another win in there.
Yeah, I think she's going to win it, James. That's my prediction.
Yeah, it's a pretty safe prediction. She's actually almost a pit stop ahead of Sam Spinell.
Well, she could pit again.
Yeah, literally. So she got a penalty. She still potentially could have won. Anyway, here's Sam Spinell and here's Remy Drazga across the line. Now, Guillermo Van Pamelin, this is the interesting one. He's had a very, very busy race, but he is 6 seconds behind that battle for second place. So it hasn't really worked out for him. However, he's come through from, what was it, 6th, 7th place on the starting lineup? There's Van Pamelin we're looking at on screen. Now, Michael Seaborn, who he actually had to overtake, is really keeping him honest. He's a second behind. So there's Van Pamelin, and behind him the next kart, that is Michael Seaborn, and then the incredible Josh Nye. So it's Guillermo Van Pamelin here with that great crane shot, then Seaborn, and then there's Nye just going flashing through on the picture. There's Michael Seaborn there, there's crossing the line, and there is Josh Nye. And there's Marcel Hollink and Gary Jones. And of course, Mehdi El Ghis has been left behind with a big problem in the pits, as you said, spanners.
Yeah, he stopped short, and it's interesting. You're so used to, you come in, you get the brakes on, you get ready for your next move. But if you haven't noticed that you didn't trigger the timing beam, you're just sat there doing nothing. But look at Drazga on the back of Sam Spinell. He's going to have to earn this if he wants that second place.
Yeah, and second and third there, it's Remy Drazga working on the back of Sam Spinell. And it's not often that Sam Spinell's pushed this hard. There's Selena Balnega, and where is Sam Spinell? Because it is a big gap, we know, it's about 10 seconds. He's absorbing huge pressure. We're going to be seeing the last lap ball coming up very soon. There they are on the backstretch. There's Sam Spinell being chased down by Remy Drazga. Remy Drazga maybe could put in a massive move on this final lap. They're about to start the last lap. Selena Balnega is on the last lap, and now are the two second and third. So Sam Spinell is absorbing huge pressure from Remy Drazga. Pressure like, well, really he's not used to, certainly not from Remy Drazga. Remy Drazga, it's a great showing by him. He can win anyway, but he's doing sterling work there. Here comes Selena Balnega to take the win. She's won. There's the checker. There she is. But what's happening behind with Remy Drazga? Can he make a move? Can he make a move? The question is no. He's still behind Sam Spinell. Will he make a last lap lunge? He tries, but it's not coming off. And there is Remy Drazga following Sam Spinell. So Sam Spinell second, Remy Drazga third. Into fourth place comes Guillermo van Pamelen. And then Michael Seaborn, Josh Nye. What a great result by him, followed by Marcel Hollink, Gary Jones and Mehdi El Ghis and Matt Box in the 10th place. There, though, is Selena Balnega. She's made it 3 wins out of 3. Incredible performance there, and certainly a candidate for a final position and possibly a challenger for the victory. Selena Balnega there, the ladies world champion multiple times and a multiple race winner here this weekend, and certainly a contender for the British Championship. No question of that, Spanners. Over to you in the pits now, Spanners.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a statement of intent, not just the fact that it's the 3rd win in the row. I think it's the manner of the victory, getting away from the likes of Sam Spinell and Remy Drazga by that margin. Very, very impressive. Sam Spinell had to really fight for that. Drazga will be frustrated. He lost that position on track and failed to get it back in the pits. Just on that final corner, there was a little tap from behind, just to say to Sam, I was there. I was there the whole time. And great battles down the field as well. Van Pamelen, I think from where he started in 6th, can be reasonably happy to have got his way up to 4th. Aggressive move on
Spanners,
Josh
can
Nye.
I cut in?
Yeah, of course you can.
When you speak to Selena, she's topping the point score. She's the only one with 30 points, and there's a bunch of them on 29, so you might want to tell her that.
All right, and you keep an eye on her. Oh, there's Sam as well. So I'll make sure he comes over and has a chat with me as well. They're chatting with Drazga. It all looks in good humour as well. A really good fight there, and he certainly had to work for it. Let's see. Okay, so I've got Sam Spinell joining me over here. Hey, you had to work for that. Remy really made you fight.
Yeah, I knew if I left a gap, you would have taken it. Selena was too far ahead, so I knew if I defended, I wouldn't gain a position if I tried to attack. So yeah, it was all about defending.
You had to make the move on track. It was a decent move as well.
Yeah, I didn't touch him actually. He left quite a bit of space, and lucky he didn't fight back as well. So yeah, it was fair play on him, and yeah, it was a good move.
Well done, fantastic. That was very entertaining to watch. Thank you, Sam. Let's see if we can get Selena over. Yeah. So I'm just getting a word in my ear from the producer. Apologies to viewers who have been seeing on every driver interview that it is actually that every driver has shown up as Alex Van Gien. So just to be clear, I have not been interviewing several versions of Alex Van Gien, but I'm being joined by the very impressive race winner. Selena, you are top of the table with 3 wins, a perfect start to this competition.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy. I didn't expect it at all to win 3 races in a row. I had a really good qualifying. I think only 3/10 slower than my fastest lap time in the whole race. So it was really, really good. And I tried to pull a gap right away.
Which you did successfully.
Yeah, that worked. So yeah, I managed to race after that. So
But you were still pushing lap after lap. And is that a statement of intent just to show everyone how much pace you've got?
yeah, I was really fighting to get a 0.2, but I had a 3:08. But I did it on quali lap, but it didn't work.
I've got another medal here. Have you got room in your suitcase for that? Have you got room in your suitcase for that? I can hold on to some if you need. Fantastic, great race, thank you. Good luck going forward. Top of the table there, Selena. It's going to be very, very difficult for people to challenge her. At this point in the competition now, that's what you need to do. If you're looking to be champion of this competition, you need to be winning every single race from here on in.